new game of Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. For those unfamiliar with this game, it is a fairly simple game where you are a muscular man in a cauldron and you have to climb using a sledgehammer. And I have played before when the game was brand new, and I have not played since. So I have some of the ideas of how you can do things, but all muscle memory is long gone. I also never did get over it. All right. I ran out of mouse pad. That's going to be a thing that does happen with this game.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
Okay.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
Okay. All right. I knew I was going to do that. That's the thing. So when you look at it, only your character and the head of the sledgehammer are actual, like, in-play objects. So far as your character goes. His arms and all that don't matter. There's definitely a whole thing about knowing when to, like, swing the hammer hard and when to, like, you know, that's a... Yeah, this is a hot potato milestone for me. It was the $1,000 milestone. Okay. Yeah, so this is one of those games that sooner or later I'm going to literally lose all of this progress and have to start over again entirely. Like
The
if I
obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
I remember this being something that took me forever to get past. Like I said, I haven't finished the game before, but I have gotten a bit in here. Because I remember the whole thing that you have to, like, get the hammer above you to, like, kind of swing it to grab onto that lamp. But all that... And if you do it too hard, you can throw yourself right off that side. And that means starting over. But yeah, so it's a whole thing. And there are people who speedrun this, or at least they used to. I don't know if they still do. Like I'm not sure if it still has that relevancy. There's lots of rage games these days. Like there's Jump King is another popular one. Okay. All right. So you got through that relatively quickly. But just very slowly. Sit ourselves down. Don't swing too far that go down there.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Let's see, Raul was a witness a recent... I saw that Drongo had this on their schedule. I didn't get to catch Drongo playing it. Like I said, this is a
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. Be games, be movies, be music, be philosophy.
Okay.
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
Yeah, like I said, I have played... It's been literal years. It was like when it was a brand new game I played it. You are solid, right? Yeah, okay. But I've also played my share of Rage games as well.
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
So I'm trying to remember, as I know you can go to the left. I can't remember if you can go to the right as well. It's looking like it's probably a no. Okay. Or if you can, it's not blatantly obvious. Alright, so here's our first massive potential setback. That I don't remember if I need to fling myself over that chasm or go under it. Yeah, no, I made the comment at the beginning of stream. It's like, okay, I like the idea of the whole, like, hey, chat's active, but it's like, you gotta tune that thing, man. Oh, that's hollow underneath there? That was not my plan. My plan was to practice my golf swing and slam the hammer into that at force to try and launch myself as high as I can to the other side. That might have to do. Ho 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 ho. It'll pass.
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Okay. This is going way better than I expected already. I do know eventually tragedy will strike. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay, we're alright. I want to slowly sit the pot down on this little piece here. Realize my sledgehammer's head is trapped in that spot. Hi, small child. Alright. I'm feeling pretty safe in my assumption that I need to go to the cardboard boxes. Because that's real steep there.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Okay. I don't remember if this is where I need to drop down. Oh, well, I guess we're dropping. Okay, this is where I need to drop down.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
Oh. If I drop off here, we go back to start. Okay. That's actually one of the things about these sorts of games, is as you play them and you start getting frustrated, you'll start being more reckless in your moves, and they are like, whether by design or not, really punishing when you start like really going for it. But they also require you to go for it. Okay.
Oof, sorry about that.
No, you're not. You are not sorry about it.
No.
All right. I want to hook the other side of that ball. That'll work too. Okay. So slowly move this around. Nope, I said slowly. Ah, that's fine.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to
And
you.
there we go. All the way back down. That won't be the first or the last time that occurs. Okay. I remember this being a bad spot to be.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
Yeah, because the issue when you get your hammer in this corner over here is that, like, the head gets stuck in there. You end up banging against that rock up there.
Get nasty over there, boy. Going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad, and I ain't going to be treated this way. Play them blues that boy playing. Down
Okay.
in the jail on my knees. I'm down in jail on my knees. Down in jail on my
This game has a really funny way to say you messed up. Oh, yeah.
They feed me on cornbread and cheese. They feed me on cornbread and
Alright.
They feed me on cornbread and cheese. And
I did not expect to get stuck in that little lip.
That's good time, boys. Hey, buddy.
Okay.
$10 shoe fits my feet.
How long is this song?
$10 shoe fits my feet. $10 shoe fits my feet, and I ain't going to be treated this way. Going where the weather suits my clothes. I'm going where the weather suits my clothes.
Alright.
I'm going where the weather suits my clothes, and I ain't going to be treated this way. Calm down, boy, calm down.
Okay. Let's see, as far as I know, this is one of the few games with a soundtrack featuring a jug and a washboard as an instrument, but hey, it works.
No.
Like, there's a balance in this game between, like, times you need to just, like, you know, you need to, like, just slam the hammer into the things. And other times you need to be, like, very, very light precision. Like, here what I'm doing that I'm messing up the most is I'm getting the early swings in strong, but then I'm kind of hesitating when I go to the middle spot out of fear of doing that. Because if I go to that ledge behind me, then we start over. Yeah, that bracket in the middle, if you can get up to that bracket, it's an easy one to pull yourself up with. Versus that one there is much harder. It's almost like using a sledgehammer is not the best option for climbing. Need to delay when I start trying to swing. Just don't have the timing. That's the thing. As long as you don't let frustration get to you, you can learn the muscle memory. And because you have to repeat the same parts over and over and over again, you get lots of time to learn that muscle memory.
The vertical wall here has a way of getting harder the more times you try it. I think anger makes you swing the hammer harder, and that can push you away from the wall.
I'm aware. What I'm trying to do is get to the point where I can get the hammer mostly above me, but not hitting the wall itself. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm not doing successfully. Yeah, like that's what I want to do, what I just did there. Okay. So I've got that. So let's really carefully settle ourselves down here. Slowly bring the head around. Not quite enough yet. Okay. Pretty sure Dev also knows calm down does not. Oh no, this is a rage game. Like that's 100% what the intent of this game was, is to be a rage game. Why is it only ever the doctor that gets malaria in the colony? It's just RimWorld. I don't know if there's any like logic behind it, but yeah. Well, that's not what I wanted. That was not clean. It worked. Okay. Now, very slowly, let's lean ourselves off the edge down here. No. Please. Please, no slippy slidey. I'm running out of mouse pad and it's a real problem. Okay. Let's see, what's the law called if something is going to happen? Always expect to work. You mean Murphy's Law? Alright, very carefully. Get ourselves in a position. This is going to be a launch situation. So very carefully.
The soul
No,
that have no
okay.
rainbow had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
Alright. And the worst thing is you look at the people who speedrun games like this, and there's probably an area over there that they realize by, like, bugging the physics, they can, just launch themselves up to that area I just fell from. I remember seeing it speedrun, like, once. Okay. Same as before. Put the hammerhead over here on the edge. I don't feel good about that placement. I think we're committed, though.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. C.S. Lewis.
So you saw TAS run where you blink and it's over. I don't know what TAS is in this context. Oh, tool assisted. Yeah. That didn't surprise me at all. Let me go ahead and choose allow, because it picked up on tool as bullying. Alright, very slowly. Not quite as far to the edge this time.
I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities, a still and quiet conscience. William Shakespeare.
You'll run out of quotes sooner or later, Foddy. All right, well, we caught the very edge of that one. All right. My entire recovery strat is usually just what way do I think the next ledge is gonna be, and just stick the hammer out as far in that direction as I can, so that hopefully it'll hook. All right. All right. Okay, come on. You get so used to like the big swinging motions that you try and do like anything precision and you just overdo it. All right. Come on. Just settle down. Can't go that way. Okay. Just absolutely one of these games where you just go back and forth trying to get what you want. Come on.
You cannot now believe that you will ever feel better. But this is not true. You're sure to be happy again. And knowing this, truly believing it, will make you less miserable now. Abraham Lincoln.
I wonder how many of these quotes are actually, like, misquoted. Like, you know, the ones that get misattributed all the time, where you'd be like, that was said by Einstein, and people are like, it really wasn't, though. Alright, so let's do this again. Everything in the internet is true. Abraham Lincoln. Absolutely. Alright. I'm not frustrated with this game? Yeah, I'm not frustrated yet. I do suspect we'll eventually get there. Hey, Harry, how's it going? It's one of those things, you can't cross the sledgehammer head through your middle. It has to, like, rotate around your middle. And so there's times I want to try and, like, cut across my character. And it just doesn't work. There we go. That's what I was trying to do without catching, like, the girdering above me. Let's try to get just a little nudge off that wall over there to down here. And just smash the two walls of the head of the hammer again and again. So what I want to do here is I want to get myself to where I can get an angle that I can launch myself at the stairs. Okay, so next up we gotta hook to that security camera. You've been watching 10 minutes and you're frustrated? Keep in mind, I play a lot of games like Project Zomboid and, you know, RimWorld and that, where you lose your entire run. And sometimes it's completely... Well, I mean, Project Zomboid's a very fair game, but, like, RimWorld, for example, sometimes it's
When games win you, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
No.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
Pretty sure Bennett Foddy just called you all out.
No.
Okay. I do not have 10 million views. All right. Little by little. Joke's on him, you're not watching. Okay. Are you solid? You better not be solid. Okay, you are not solid. Alright, I almost did what I want to do in a minute when I'm ready for it, which is to launch myself at that box in the left. Just settle down wherever you can. I'm not picky.
But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated.
For anyone who's ever watched the show IT Crowd, it just makes me think of the scene with the, where they've got the IT manager sitting there, and just the CEO going, with this balloon that says peace of mind. It's like, are you stressed? Are you stressed? Are you stressed? And the whole time, like, she's borderline in tears. It's like, I guess you aren't stressed. Because, like, the whole thing of that episode is the CEO declares a war on stress. And that stress will not be permitted. Alright. So what do we got going on down here? We gotta slowly lower ourselves down. I want to be able to look down without moving stuff because I worry if I move the hammer too fast, I'm going right down this ledge. I hate it. Very slightly lift ourselves. Okay, there's a lamp down there I can grab. I'm just gonna slowly inch myself forward using that couch. So my hammer's already basically in position. Not feeling great about this. I feel like I'm gonna propel myself off the lamp when I go to drop. Ooh.
Do not stand at my grave and cry.
Oh, that balloon
not
was
dead.
not
I
solid.
did not die.
Okay.
Mary Fry.
I was expecting to actually catch the balloon, so falling through it threw
To
me for
live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Friedrich Nietzsche.
Did I go the wrong way? I'm pretty sure this is the same girdering we dropped onto before. That definitely feels like that's not right.
Life is a mosaic of pleasure and pain. Grief is an interval between two moments of joy. Peace is the interlude between two wars. You have no rose without a thorn. The diligent picker will avoid the pricks and gather the flower. Satya Sai Baba.
Oh, you're not real. Okay, give my wrist just a second. So that bed over there is not real.
Sorrow is my own yard, where the new grass flames as it has flamed often before, but not with the cold fire that closes round me this year. William Carlos Williams.
What am I on right now? Endure solid? Yes, you are. So if I can angle myself right, I might be able to catapult myself back up to the lamp.
As a goon on a day in June. Might be midnight, could be noon. Crazy as a loon, or will be soon if my baby don't hurry home. Oh, whoopsie doodle, I'm off my noodle, my baby is gone away. I'm running around in a spin. I don't know where to begin. Oh,
Well, it's okay.
whoopsie doodle, I'm off my noodle, my baby just wouldn't.
We're down here again.
I can't tell the sun from the moon. I might just like a balloon. I've read the note she left me 1,000,000 times a day. But if someone should ask me what it
There we go.
I couldn't say. Oh, whoopsie doodle, I'm off my noodle. I know I could be okay if my baby'd only
All right.
hurry back to me today.
We'll just slowly reposition ourselves.
Oh, whoopsie doodle, I'm off my noodle, my baby's gone away.
And slowly sit ourselves back down.
Deserted, leaving out the tail of my shirt. Oh, whoopsie doodle, I'm off my noodle, my baby just wouldn't stay. Reading books from the bottom up, pouring ketchup in the
Come on.
cup. I'm gonna lose my reason. I'm ready to blow my top. Now if my baby's only teasing me, why don't you?
Ah!
Oh, whoopsie doodle, I'm off my noodle. I'm gradually turning gray.
I need this to stay above me.
I just keep walking the floor.
There.
But if my baby only hurry, then I know I wouldn't worry.
This seems to move with my character a little bit, so it doesn't always stay oriented in the same way. Like, as I start falling, Like, if I had it below me, my hammer works its way up, it seems. And I'm gonna wait for just a moment, because we're about to hit an ad break and all that stuff. So I'm gonna quickly use the restroom real fast while that's going on. Because I do feel like this game is one of those ones that if you miss a couple of minutes, you'll be like, why are you at the bottom? Oh, you had an allergy cold? That's no fun. Alright, well, I'll be right back in just a minute, so thank you again for tuning in. I'll be back here in just a minute. We had a marble meteorite just strike a duck and kill it. Okay. I get it. I get it, Cassandra. You didn't like that duck in particular. That duck in particular was a duck you decided did not deserve to live anymore. This duck, Duckling 11, Cassandra, not a fan. Just really didn't like the way the beak looked. There's something about it just really irked her. No. I'll just... Something has happened in our world. Something is really bad in our world. Oh no. What has happened here? So, I'm gonna hit escape. Where are you? Clear all raw resources. Yes. And it's all better like nothing ever happened. We're gonna take our chances with left. So, 60% chance nobody dies. They died. Perfect. Is there something I don't care about I could just toss in front? Hurry, 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 hurry. Aha! I have shields! Get more involved. I don't want to be here. I missed. This is gonna be a fiasco. Yep, I cannot make out at all who is winning that fight or what's happening with any of that. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh! What? Retreat back here? We're probably dead here. Reverse kill box, question mark? No, because they're just gonna come in from the side. I do not have a good position to do anything. I didn't even see them drop over here. That is
Right.
so many.
Yeah, so I actually survived that encounter there where it's like outnumbered more than 2-to-1 with like that whole thing where I got myself pinched. We actually ran the whole way around the map and just like picked away at them the whole way around. But that'd be good. You have a good one, Night Dweller. Oh yeah, and the trip in Factorio. Yeah, that was us going to Volcanus when we first did our very first trip. And ran out of ammo part of the way there. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, that's not true. We didn't run out of ammo. We were using laser turrets. And the laser turrets are basically completely useless against the bigger stuff.
So I arrived, and it was just one of those things that I just, I arrived, but the ship was in bad shape and couldn't hold itself together. Oh yeah, no, we definitely also ran out our accumulators because the asteroids were just not breaking. To me, that's the one precision thing I'm finding the hardest, is when it's like swinging above your head to catch things.
Of all sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these. It might have been. John Greenleaf Whittier.
So here's a question. How high can I launch myself here?
If you try to please audiences, uncritically accepting their tastes, it can only mean that you have no respect for them. Andrei Tarkovsky.
Maybe. Nah.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Ice-T.
Okay. Yeah, so slowly we're getting a bit better at doing the mechanics of different parts. That is not what I wanted. That's the first time I've done that, where I've accidentally caught the roof there. That is very jerk-like of you, Bennett Body.
When to the sessions of sweet silent thought, I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new, wail my dear time's waste. William Shakespeare, Sonnet 30.
Okay. Let's see, Invade may have praised your first ship by comparison. That was definitely not clean. I'm looking at stuff saying it's like, I could imagine if you put thousands of hours in this game, there are places that would normally not even be remotely viable as a place to climb. That would be totally doable. Like, I could imagine down here on that ramp, there's a little ledge over there that you could hook the hammer on and then swing underneath it in a pinch. I don't think it'd be a speedrun spot, it's too far over. But yeah, so you see that brick down there that's got like the one little gap? I could see you getting down there, doing a little tap up, and then swing the hammer around. I don't know if it'd be a good idea or not, but
Patience is the foundation of eternal
I
peace.
catapulted really
Make
high up
anger
there
your
from
enemy.
that.
Harm comes to those who know only victory and do not know defeat. Find fault with yourself and not with others. It's in falling short of your own goals that you'll surpass those who exceed theirs. Tokugawa Ieyasu.
All right. Let's see, you did put a lot of time of test runs into that ship. Aral started a trip to Vulcan directly. Didn't even think to possibly... I think it picked up the next thing as a link, so I can't see what it was. Yeah, no, I wanted to get to the next one. I'm like, all right, I've got some stuff here. Well, the thing was, I started sending the ship, and it's like, this is going fine. And then I got, like, pretty close to the halfway mark. I was like, okay, it's not going smooth, but it's not going badly. And, you know, by then, once you're over halfway, it starts pulling you towards the other location. All right. Then go over here. Come on, I need it. I need it to set a little bit more to the left. Okay. We'll just slowly settle ourselves back down and try again. Come on. Keep swinging. There we go. As we know, even your first one is very close to the finished product and concept. All right. Like, the problem I run into with the climbing like that is, as I said, it seems like the mouse icon moves down as you go up and vice versa. And so I just quickly run up to the top of my mouse pad. It might be something I'm the player doing to myself. That's entirely needless. But it's just one of those things. I quickly start running out of mouse pad and going, oh crap. Because, you know, you're in the middle of a motion. You can't just stop and reset your mouse. Alright. Keep botching my launch here. There we go. I could settle down again. I don't even know. Oh, is the leg of the... No, I think it's the back of a couch. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize the leg of the couch there was solid, so I bounced off of it. Just settle down. Settle down for a second, friend.
She smiled in defeat, with unconquerable eyes. Atticus.
Okay. We lost progress, not a lot. Oh, no, wait. Settle me back on top of here. I think the trick here that I did the last time was I ever so slightly sit myself up on there, as opposed to trying to rest on the chair and not sitting flat. It seemed to work pretty okay the last one. Please,
You'll be
I'm
back
out of
here
mouse
again
pad.
and again.
Okay.
Avenge and repent until you've ascended, or until you're contented.
Okay. This game would break you so fast. That's why they call it a rage game. Alright. So we're slowly trying to get our way over here. Let me reposition the mouse and the pad. Okay. Just that little security camera with this at a weird angle is proven to be a big pain in the butt. I'm not launching myself enough left. It's so much of trying to adjust my hand, I keep accidentally, like, just bumping the hammer enough that we slide. Okay. I mean, I was gonna take it if I could get that to work. You'll never play a game like this because you know yourself to know you would break something. Yeah, no, if you're the kind of person who when you get angry you throw stuff or you slam your keyboard or whatever, these type of games are bad. Because it just means you're buying yourself a new mouse and keyboard and all that stuff by the time you're done. Why do I keep, like, accidentally holding the hammer in while I'm trying to just make it go straight down? I don't want to swing all the way wide because I'll just push myself off the wall. It's like the third time I've done it. All right. You guys getting why it's dripping with water? Because it's a cauldron. And it's full of sweat. Because I can't imagine you wouldn't be a sweaty mess trying to lift yourself up using a sledgehammer while you're stuck in a cauldron. Yeah, it's just the controlling of the sledgehammer is a whole thing. Because while it does just follow your mouse around, because you can move the mouse cursor beyond its range, so like my mouse is still out there, it's just really hard to like mentally coordinate. It's almost got like a little give at the end there. It's like really hard to get yourself. Why are you doing that? It's like really hard to get yourself the precision you need. Just because of the controls. The worst thing is we went up that with no problem the first time. Doing more or less the same thing I'm doing right now. Okay. There's also just so much wrist movement for this game. Oh, streamer doesn't have legs. Fact. When they're talking about tens of millions of people watching this on Twitch and all that, they weren't talking about me. They're talking about watching the character in game do it. That little leg on the back of that couch is absolutely trolly. So you snag your hammer on that little leg down there and throw yourself the wrong way.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
All right. That is one sturdy camera, yeah. Then we got to go up top and see where I went wrong on this next spot. Because we dropped down. That was definitely the wrong answer.
Oh, hankering for education, are we?
Let's see, how does one win this game? You get to the top of the mountain. There is a win condition where you reach the top of all of this crap. And then you win. Like, so far I'm not frustrated or anything yet. What I'm dealing with right now is just struggling with controls. As in, like, muscle memory, not like control bad. Just like getting the controls at the precision I need them to be. Like, very genuinely, I'm far not expected to be this fast. This camera causing me all this grief is surprising. Just accidentally planting the hammer into the wall every other time. All right. Okay. At least we're getting good at catching ourselves here. Sooner or later, I'm going down that whole length again. Because I do know we go over more places where you could fall all the way back to the beginning. All right. So let's try this again. It's a little bit lower on the toilet. I think what's happening is I keep setting myself right on the tippy top of the toilet. And that when I do that and I go to move my hammer, I'm catching that dresser. Please stop. It's just so easy to get yourself in that trap where you're like trying to reposition the hammer and just slapping the wall after wall. Come on. Don't slide down the bed frame. I can't move the hammer, it's wedged. There we go. Okay. Let's see, does someone know how to turn off the tool-assisted speedruns on speedruns.com? You'd like to see a record from manual speedrun for this game, but you can't seem to find out how? I have no idea. There we go. That's what I've been trying to do this whole time. Okay, I can go and bring myself up here. Drop down. Put this over here. Swung myself over there. Let's sit down here first. I can't get the angle I want. I want to launch off this to the... Gotcha. Okay, so that's not real. Alright, because before I went down...
An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
And I'm pretty sure if we go off that left side, we start over. Well, yeah, no, the orange, if I remember correctly, the orange is one of those things that if you actually put your hammer on it, because it's round, it just makes your hammer roll, which means you usually go off the side. So I take all the time in the world going around here. I see you sliding, hammer, if you would just keep doing that. Oh. Yeah, we could probably make that work, maybe. Are you gonna actually grip for me? Let's slowly reel you in. Slide ourselves all the way up here to get as much grip as we can. Okay. The important thing, which will be hard to instinctively avoid, is if I start sliding, just leaving the hammer in its position so we just fall down to the ledge below. If I try and, like, grab myself really quick with it, I will just shove myself off. Okay.
Your failure here is a metaphor. To learn for what, please resume climbing. Rob Dubbin.
That's okay, I didn't want all that progress anyways.
No.
I do like the characters will no. When you start potentially going to what's going to be a big fall. So good news, it didn't fully set us back. It did drop us down a pretty good ways. Okay. We just need to practice the camera until we're good at it. That's all. All right. I see people somehow launch themselves like a rocket at some parts of the game. Yeah, and that's how I figures like the speed run thing is there's probably tricks where you can fool the mechanics of the games, like get the physics to do weird stuff. So you have areas like this where you're supposed to drop down a far ways if you mess up. That if you could launch yourself high enough, you could effectively make it a shortcut. All right. Okay. And I'm sure as people have, like, seen all the speedruns, like, well, clearly you need to bounce yourself off, you know, that lip over there to launch yourself over here. It's just common knowledge. It'd be like, you didn't do it on your own naturally. You saw someone else do it. We just need to do that every time, that's all. We just do that perfectly every single time. I don't have to put the effort into it. There. I'm trying to experiment with a couple different things, because you can find ways to go a little bit faster to recover. That's good. Plus, I can figure out better ways to do this part. There's no, there is no every single time. Just do it once and never fall again. Alright. I'm too close, I'm getting stuck on that little table. Because if I recall, that's too high for me to reach. So I do gotta bounce. And then make sure we take the hammer on the left side.
Laugh, and the world laughs with you. Weep, and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Ella Weaver Wilcox.
Okay. Just practicing the early parts. Don't mind me. There's actually I actually have no idea the context of how high this mountain is. I know I've seen people play through the whole game, but that was like 2, 3, whatever years ago. That is not where I want that. Okay. And now back to our same camera that's been causing us all this problem. I don't even know what my mouse did there. I'm trying to see if I can't figure a pattern so far as, like, just manhandling my way up here. Oh my god, please. I am way out of mouse pad already. There we go. Oh yeah, no, we got higher. We've gotten higher a couple times. We've gotten past the orange.
Oh.
Okay. Like, we're getting better at the camera. We still don't have it down. It's that low ceiling is such a troll. All right. You just get stuck on that ceiling. Instead of going the direction you want, you bounce the opposite. And you gotta try and get your hand over the other side without just slamming the head of the hammer into the other wall and just catapulting yourself where you don't want to go. Okay. Because they do that deliberately in areas. Like I said, that one couch on my left, the pink one, that leg keeps you from being able to swing the hammer the whole way around each time. Because you'll catch it and then you'll throw yourself straight right back down. It's the same thing if I do like the thing where I just kind of pinwheel the hammer over here. I catch that couch up above us, which is what we did a minute ago, and throw ourselves down. Okay. Same as last time. We set down right here. Set ourselves down. Get the hammer right in that groove. Very slowly pull ourselves up. Okay, let's try that again. Because with the slant, it seems if I try and, like, flip myself up there real quickly, it seems like what I do is I instead flip myself away from the mountain.
Better by far that you should forget and smile than you should remember and be sad.
Hi, Orange.
No.
Okay. There's also a thing when you hold yourself up with a hammer, I have to like keep applying almost like a force to it, so I keep sliding the mouse down slowly with some of the stuff. And so you get the idea where that's happening is that if I hesitate too long in a spot, I'm not like hanging at the end of the hammer or whatever. And it becomes a whole thing itself. All right. Okay. Cool. Those fast moves are very intimidating. Well, I'm kind of learning that some of the areas, there's like patterns you do that work. Like I noticed on the way up to the camera, just having the hammer above me and just trying to slam it from side to side. Still works? Still here? I mean, yeah, that's the nature of this game. Get used to me getting stuck at the difficult parts and repeating them again and again and again until we manage to get to the next one. And then eventually we get to a higher and we fall back past it and have to do it again. That's why this is a rage game and not a everything goes smoothly game. Well, I hope you feel better. Alright, so this is the one I'm not as sure about. I'm honestly wondering if in reality I want to get to this rock and hook my hammer down there. Not where I'm at right now. I don't think I have the force here. But if I want to hook my hammer here and just try and sling myself really hard. So I can't quite reach that.
Something filled up my heart with nothing. Someone told me not to cry. Now that I'm older, my heart's colder. I can see that it's a lie. The Arcade Fire.
Like, that's the most punishing part, but you get like one attempt in, and it either works or it doesn't. And then you gotta go the whole way back up and fight your way. You know, gotta fight your way like the whole thing to get back to that point. And there are places that you do have to just kind of go for it.
Oh, no.
Or you won't make it. Because the game kind of like makes you juggle that, alright, this is an area to be extra precise, and then this is an area to start slamming your hammer back and forth because the momentum's more important. And the only way you figure those out is either one, have someone give you a guide on it or demo it. Okay. I think there's an achievement for the game for getting over it in under a certain amount of time. There's one achievement just for getting over it ever. There's one for getting over it like 10 times. And I thought there was another one for getting over it in like 30 minutes or something like that. I don't remember. There's only like 3 or 4 achievements for the whole game. See, like there, if it would have just gone for it, we would have been fine, but I hesitate because just naturally want to be like more on the slow, precise thing. Because I actually think the way I should be dealing with this is the same way I dealt with the area below. Which where I kind of learned to just smash the hammer against the walls above me. To use that as a way of pulling me up. That one I just did all of it backwards. Because if I do enough force left and right, I just go to the other wall, and as long as I can keep it going mostly upward momentum, we can make it work. It's like, honestly, if there wasn't this gap here, you'd probably just keep smashing it wall to wall the whole way up. But they put this little pocket here so you get thrown off to the side. Okay. And we get to try this again. Okay. Imagine trying this drunk. Depends on the kind of drunk you are. I could see some drunk people just giggling the whole time. And spending almost the whole time at the bottom of the mountain, but just giggling the whole way. Okay. And watch, it'd be like a speedrun thing. It's like, well, actually, there's a chunk of rock way off to your left, so you just flip yourself as hard as possible. You could reliably catch the wall on the other side by holding your mallet out at a 35-degree angle above your head. Have you slammed your desk yet? No, I'm not that kind of a person when it comes to frustration. I'm not the kind of person who, when I get frustrated, start banging on things and smashing stuff and throwing things. Mine is far more of the resigned sigh kind of frustration. Well,
I'm going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad. I'm going down the road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. It ain't gonna be treated this way. Oh, they put me in a jailhouse on my knees. They put me in a jailhouse on my knees. They put me in a jailhouse on my knees, Lord, Lord. It ain't gonna be treated this way.
pretty sure we already heard this song.
They feed me on cornbread and peas. They feed me on cornbread and peas. They feed me on cornbread and peas, Lord, Lord. It ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going where the climate suits my clothes.
Alright, I want to do a test. This might be a bad idea. DPI to the max.
The climate suits my clothes, Lord, Lord. It ain't gonna be treated this way.
Actually,
not sure if I disabled the DPI buttons on the mouse because I've actually had them before.
I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my
Okay.
hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Edgar Allan Poe.
I think I changed my DPI, and I don't know what I was at to begin with, and now everything is messed up, and I don't know where I was at with the DPI. I don't know if those buttons are active or not. Like, it might be entirely in my head. Okay.
Can I see another's woe and not be in sorrow too? Can I see another's grief and not seek for kind relief? William Blake.
Yeah, it's called Schadenfreude. All right.
In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. Lewis Carroll.
All right. Yeah, that whole place is basically trying to like time your swings to catch. That is not how I want to do this. There we go. That's also what that part is as well, is just kind of helicoptering your swings. Okay. Just trying to helicopter your swings around, and then again, just timing it so that you strike as opposed to pushing off the wall like it just did there. If I could figure out what trick I'd do to launch myself that high, that'd be more than high enough to skip this whole left half. That'd be more enough to skip this left half and just go and skip right up to that tunnel leading to the camera. Which, if I could do that reliably, that means that's that much more I don't have to do. Or just the same, if I could launch myself up high enough, I could potentially skip up the left side, or the, yeah, left side of the skirting. I'm less confident in that, because that looks like it's a straight wall the whole way. Okay. We could just scooch on over here.
really carefully. And how are we doing on time? Okay, bear with me. I'm going to hit escape for just a moment so I don't swing my hammer. Because we're going to try and snooze the ads really fast, so that way we can time it for when Tomb gets home. And will that do? Yeah, it should be probably good. Okay. So try and get over here. They're back up by the camera again. All right. Try to sit ourselves down. All right. And like I said, what we'll probably do is about halfway through stream, we'll have a vote about what we're doing, if we're doing more of this or switching up. Just in case people are like really not into this. Okay, let's try this again.
Oh no.
Keep running out of mouse pad. I've got a lot of mouse pad area here too. It's just those repeated swings, I just keep moving, like, it could be entirely on me just slowly moving my way either farther up or farther down the mouse pad. Alright. That was sad. I have to go back and see how Drongo did with this. Just out of curiosity. Okay. Okay, so we've got ourselves back up here to try and do this crap again. Alright. Hey, Sui, how's it going? And yep, it was one of the things I did for the hot potatoes. I promised to stream it if we hit $1,000. And we did. That is not an angle you want to see. Gotta scooch a bit more on this table so I can push straight up. Alright. For those that don't know, Sui, absolutely fantastic content creator, fellow member of the Halcyon Frequency stream team. One moment. Okay. So I'm kind of wondering if the strategy for this one is instead of like slowly creeping up the side of the mountain like I've been doing with this, is actually misleading. But yeah, so definitely check out Sui. Fantastic times. Plays RimWorld, has played Planet Crafter, a bunch of other good stuff. But like genuinely, instead of trying to creep up the mountain like I've been doing, if instead the answer is to get that first initial launch off that first one, which I feel very comfortable about doing, and then just trying to strike the bottom of these as we go by to just get ourselves a little bit more up momentum. The catch is if I get the angle wrong, I catapult myself off the side of the mountain. No. Okay. Hey, Alana, how's it going? Those who don't know, Alana Rama, also a fantastic content creator who's a member of the Halcyon Frequency stream team. Plays a lot of RimWorld, but also plays other game, but is very... No, just let everything settle. Let's put ourselves right back down here. That's fine. Just feel free to fall off. There you go. Yeah, so definitely someone else we're checking out, dropping a follow, doing all that stuff. And thank you for the stream streak, Alana. I do appreciate that. Catch the last 3 streams without missing any. Okay. So in the other theory I had to try and put myself right up here against this side. Like right against the side. In an attempt to try to, again, get myself a lot of upward momentum to then try and hook that rock above. Because I believe if I can manage to hook that rock up there, that's it, we're going down. Okay. It's a rage game. Zooey on the 5-street streak telling Wanda to get wrecked. Harsh. But thank you for catching the last 5 streams, not missing any. Okay. Alright. How far back did you go? Dropping that one? Not that far. It's basically just that path there. And don't get me wrong, that path is really hard the first couple times you do it. I'm getting it down so it's pretty quick for me to get back to where I was. So that'd probably be about a third of the way I've gone up the mountain so far. Like, I have no context of how much more mountain there is, but of the progress lost, about a third. Okay. And this is the spot I'm still trying to figure out how to get past.
Our doubts are traitors and make us
Oh,
lose the good we
okay.
oft might win by fearing to attempt. William Shakespeare, Measure for Measure.
I also check one thing real fast. This might knock me down much farther.
There are no regrets in life.
Okay.
Just lessons.
Didn't look
Jennifer
like there was
Aniston.
something I could potentially, like, throw myself up there real far. Why isn't it Cauldron? It's just the way it is.
No.
Okay. 103.5 now? Is that your fever? Because if that's your fever, that's way too hot.
No.
Yeah, like if you're talking like 103 for a fever, that is potentially like, you know, worry about medical kind of things. Like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that is like, no, seriously, not okay levels of hot. I am beefing the timing there. Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say, is I was pretty sure that was like getting to the point of medical intervention. So like, you know, make sure you take care of yourself. If that's what you're reading, that is like really dangerously hot. Alright, so pretty soon we're going to hit the ad break, and I need to step away for a couple of minutes because it will be about time that Tomb should be home, and that I need to throw food into the oven kind of thing. So I'll need to do that here in just a minute. That is my one, you know, quote-unquote long break for the stream and all that, but it is only about 5 minutes or so. I hate those table legs.
No.
Okay. Do you meal prep before stream? Sometimes. Depends on what I'm going to be making for dinner. Like, if I'm doing something frozen, I don't really meal prep. But like the other day I made enchiladas where I prepared it, so literally all I had to do is just chuck it in the oven. But today's probably just gonna be our frozen pizza just cause I was gonna make nachos, but I need to go to the store and get stuff, because otherwise they'll be the saddest, plainest nachos ever. Alright, so I'm not gonna be able to get up this thing before we get caught by the ad break. Only oven meals on your stream? Not necessarily only oven, but like oven, microwave, stuff that's quick. Alright, so what's going to end up happening is I need to step away for just a couple minutes. If I start this area here, the ad break's going to interrupt it anyway. There's only like 30 seconds. So I'm going to quickly run downstairs, welcome my wife home, throw some food in the oven real fast and all that. In the meantime, I'm going to hit escape so I don't throw my character off the side of the mountain when I go to get back into it. But I'll go ahead and get us into a quick break here real fast, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes, and thank you again for tuning in.
What is going on?
A raid.
He installed the musical alarm.
Welcome to the nuclear reactor. Here we dance. We dance like there's no tomorrow. Dance with me. got this.
Who needs sonar when we have beats? I mean, the accordion makes it.
I had no idea that this sub was rated for Euro power.
Well, it's not. No, that'll definitely overload the reactor engine and kill us all.
I don't think I've had nearly enough drugs for these.
That sounds like a you problem.
I'm sure that looks better in
Doc,
theirs,
can I
like
get hit with
headbanging.
some of that sweet, sweet morphine?
Oh. And here I was making the comment to myself earlier. It's like, you don't fire the gun when you left click it without. Unless you aim it. I would be wrong. That startled me. Mr. Theo is good at singing. I want to be like him when I grow up. What do you want to be when you grow up? Sir. That is a question that creates an existential crisis I am not prepared to fight. Sure. There we go. It's kind of wiggling to get the trailer to shift, and then turning the wheel straight so I have less resistance. Once I get over this hill, it's going to be so much easier, but we got to get over the hill first. Come on, come on, come on. Oh yeah, no, we already knew we need a new tractor. I just don't have the money for it. But my hope is that this is the money for it. Oh, I just realized something. How am I going to get onto that plate? If that little incline is too much for us? Because that plate is raised. I mean, I guess we're just going to try and go for it. Momentum, carry me. Actually, it doesn't look like it's going to be that big a deal. I'm hoping. And we're starting to sell the mushrooms. Well, that's not going to help us. Yep. It's probably fine. That'll almost certainly not have any repercussions for us, having the entire group of guests who are going to stay, die from heat stroke. My colonists are doing fine, so I don't know what their problem is. Maybe they should just have made themselves out of tougher stuff. What just happened that didn't wake us? What on earth was that? That was terrifying. Huh. So, the moment I heard them smash it, man, I'm surprised. In the meantime, I see some nature and I don't like it. Look at nature's hubris being all over the place here. How dare nature? Okay, hang on. Hang on. Little too ambitious with that jump. Yep, let's take a minor detour. Really going, you know what? That's gonna be an immediate problem. I can't move. I am physically one with the emeralds. The emeralds are me. I am the emerald. Help.
I regret this decision. Unstuck. Yeah, but I was just kind of showing. I talked about like putting like a giant pile of bodies to try and ramp, but you can see where you can get some pretty good air. Ah, that hurts. That was just 1 second. Like here, I'm assuming someone got a clip of it. If you have a clip of it, let me know and I'll permit you. And something has happened in our world. Something is really bad in our world. Oh no. What has happened here? So I'm gonna hit escape. Where are you? Clear all raw resources. Yes. And it's all better like nothing ever happened. And since there's two sides of that airlock, this shouldn't be really that bad. Well, we've lost. I thought we had depressurized it. So that's the thing that confused me, is we depressurized it, was exposed to the entire opening. Well, and that brings the end of our hard space shipbreaker run. George. Walter's asking me questions about my coffee. Alright, so let me go ahead and stop the music, get the in-game sound back on and all that stuff. Alright, sorry about that. Just those things. So now let's see if we can't get back into the game and immediately huck ourselves off the mountain, since, you know, took a couple minute break and just start at the spot that's been beating me this whole time. So that'll be lovely. Yeah, so I kind of feel like the answer is more along... Well, here we go. I think it's more along trying to get that initial throw up there, and then just keeping the momentum rather than trying to precise it. Just because I look at that one ledge and we're getting like no progress.
Just remember me, baby, when I'm in 6 feet of cold, cold ground.
All right.
Just remember me, baby, when I'm in 6 feet of cold, cold ground. Always think of me, mama. Just say there's a good man gone down.
Okay. Try this again.
Don't cry, baby.
I was just thinking, the crime scene cleaner. Like, I really enjoyed that game. It's kind of a bummer, like, you know, I think it did a good job of ending in a timely manner and all that. Like, you know, it's one of those games that didn't overlive its welcome kind of thing. But at the same time, like, you know, those kind of games are nice and relaxing, fun games. Even though that one's got like kind of a cursed thing you're doing or whatever. But at the same time, you know, with all that stuff going on, like it hits the same kind of cathartic thing as like Pressure Washer Simulator. I haven't played with those in a good while. Oh my god, please.
I am just botching so much of this. It's like I stepped away from the game for like 2 minutes. I mean, it's like actually like 7, but I stepped away from the game just for a couple of minutes to get the dinner thing sorted. And welcome to home and all that. And just immediately it's like, what's this game? How do I play? Okay. All right. So we're back up here. And back down to this area that I haven't figured out how to get around yet. Come on. Like wedged. There we go.
Pain has an element of blank. It cannot recollect when it began, or if there were a day when it was not. It has no future but itself. Its infinite realms contain its past, enlightened to perceive new periods of pain. Emily Dickinson.
I wonder if you can... This is probably not a smart idea, but I wonder... Okay, so that's just an angle. If I try and get my hammer on it, it doesn't do me any good. And I'm assuming the child isn't solid, so I can't, like, bang the hammer against the child's head, which sounds terrible, as a means of climbing. Yeah, the child's not real. I was curious, since it seemed to go the whole way up to the next area, if there was a cheeky little way I could, snag something and launch myself up there. Because I'm sure there are tons of shortcuts like that you can make. The child's therefore not real, cannot hurt you. Oh no, the child could absolutely hurt you. But it hurts you in the ways that says, you know, like, you know, playing certain games doesn't make you a real gamer, or pointing out that, like, one of your favorite movies growing up is actually 30 years old now. You know, those kind of hurting you. Doesn't hurt you physically, it hurts you in other ways. You get out of pattern and just immediately start slapping the head of hammers into things. Maybe there are mods where a child slides down and pushes you off. It would not surprise me if there were mods to, like, take this game. Oh, I've got the hammer wedged in there. And just, like, make it even more frustrating. Please stop swinging at maximum length, please. All right. We've already learned going down there is bad.
Okay. So let's just slowly lift ourselves up here. Sit down. Reset the mouse.
Oft expectation fails, and most oft where most it promises, and oft it hits where hope is coldest and despair most sits. William Shakespeare, All's Well That Ends Well.
Okay.
No.
All right. Come on. Yeah, there's going to be a trick to get over that ledge up there. The big problem with a lot of these is it's kind of the same thing you run into when you're playing like certain games that you have just like a really long level before you get the chance to attempt the boss. Oh, that's bad. Okay, we managed to save it. But you know, where you get like one attempt at the boss, it's just a hard boss, you get like 30 seconds in the arena before you use the attack that you're still trying to learn and it kills you. And so it's like, not even the boss necessarily by itself that's the problem. It's, you know, with pattern recognition type games like Dark Souls and all that, if you have a really long area before the boss, you just don't get much time to learn the boss. Usually Dark Souls and that are pretty good about most bosses. You can get to them really quickly once you know how to get there and the shortcuts are opened. Like they have like a bonfire like... Oh, you're really... Okay, I was gonna say, you're wedged in there real good. Okay. Let's try this again.
Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, so must you know pain. And could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of your life, your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy. Khalil Gibran.
Hey, Bennett Foddy. Shut up. Well.
I'm a poor boy, I'm a long way from home. I'm a poor boy, I'm a long way from home.
Okay.
I'm a poor boy, ain't got nowhere to go.
That's really dangerous. If I fall down there, I start over. Like, full start over. Well, here we go. We managed to catch about a fourth of the way down.
I ain't got nowhere to lay my worries. Sometime I soon to be dead. Honey, tell me what you gonna do. Please tell me what you gonna do. Please tell me what you gonna do. I left my brown standing in the door. Left my brown standing in the door. I Once you ring, she said, you're not obliged to go. And the poor boy stood on a road and cried.
The striking the wall with precision so that you catch just those lips is real tricky. Oh, come on.
I wanna hear from my sweet mama back home. I sent a rank 609. Santa rank 609. I wanna hear from that butthead gal of mine.
Sir, please grunt less. Okay. All right. You know that kid's judging us, though, right? We're all in agreement that kid is just watching us try and climb this thing and judging us every second of our lives. Being like, I could do better. They can't. But, you know. They believe in their heart of hearts they can. There.
No.
Keep catching on that. Don't worry, we're all judging you constantly. That's probably fair as well. Alright, so let's try and settle down again here. And position ourselves up here. All right. Curious what's still left up there. Because one nice thing about Rage games is the actual level is usually not super long. It's just they're so trolly that it takes you forever to get there. Oh my god, please. We've done this a bunch of times. Alright. Just so hard to not launch myself off the wall. And I am deliberately trying to launch myself against the wall to my top right, because I found if I could just launch myself there, there's a little bit of a hook there. And between smashing one wall to the other, it seems to work out fine. Please, catch something. All right. So let's not have the same spot be the exact same result again and again. Because, like, we've gotten up here farther, but the last, like, 2-3 attempts, just this first rock when I go to this initial launch. Yeah, okay. We've ended up sending ourselves right down the mountain, right on the go. Okay, and this is the one that we've been stuck on.
This is the hour of lead, remembered if outlived, as freezing persons recollect the snow. First chill, then stupor, then the letting go. Emily Dickinson.
I think the next attempt, I'm going to just try and send it. We're not going to precision it, we're just going to try and send it. Because I'm feeling like the precision thing isn't working, that the head of the hammer is just kind of sliding down. And then that might be kind of like a bait thing. Where you actually need to really, like, just go for it. And use momentum to carry you. Because I'm trying to, like, cautiously climb that. Okay.
Thank you. Enjoy.
You enjoy.
Love.
Love. Alright, so let's see what happens this time. This might end up being absolutely tragic in how badly it goes. But if we keep trying the same thing and it keeps not working, then, you know.
I feel your pain. The pain in knowing this has happened to you. The pain in knowing what more tears we've gained. But through all this, I feel your pain. Octavia Hawkins Richardson.
Give me my hammer back. I do kind of want to just try to see if I can attempt to make this go. Like to where we can launch ourselves. There's
I'm crushing your dreams and dashing your hopes. You're climbing a mountain with a hammer and no ropes.
Yeah. I absolutely feel like you can 100% climb that. Skipping this whole area. I don't feel like I want to take the time to practice to try and figure that trick out. But I do feel like 100% you'd be able to just get like the right momentum and just skip this whole left area here. That said, this left area isn't that big a deal, so I'm not super worried about it. Okay. Trying to use the chair to like launch myself, but that's okay. Did you just watch the worst combat pawn one-shot a warg? Oh. Yep, RimWorld gets wild. Okay. So I can get over here again.
The mountain seems no more a soulless thing, but rather as a shape of ancient fear, in darkness and the winds of chaos born, amid the lordless heavens thundering, a presence crouched, enormous and austere, before whose feet the mighty waters mourn. George Sterling.
Yeah, and we kind of learned last time that that little area at the balloon, I think you might be able to climb back up, but it's really tough. So rather than fight with it, I just kind of went for it to see, like, if we can... No? I'm out of mousepad, please. There we go. Alright. Stop ricocheting off. Okay. So let's try this again. Stop selling over there. I need you to launch relatively straight up. I already gave up the momentum because I saw the hammer hit and I'm like, that is not an angle I can work with. Alright, maybe it's not flick yourself up there real fast. Because there's like a wedge at each of these. That's fine.
Ready, are we?
Imagine I give myself too much straight up. Come on. It's just the disconnection. Because this little dot doesn't keep going. that's hard to repeat your motions. Okay. Hey, it's the orange. How you doing, orange? All right. It's like you actively get worse at the game as you play. Well, that is a real bad drop. Hey, how's it going? What part are you on? I have gotten up to where we had the table with the orange on it and climbing those rocks. We just recently took a fall, but that's okay.
Whenever I climb, I'm followed by a dog called Ego. Friedrich Nietzsche. I'm gonna let you be for a little bit.
You can just press R. I mean, that doesn't seem to do anything. Let's check to see if they have... Well, actually, there's no controls listed at all, so... Oh. Managed to wedge that right in the middle there, so it didn't actually climb me at all. Alright.
I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. And I ain't going.
Yeah, no, I just tried Control R. Didn't work for me. Both with the Dvorak and all that. All right.
I'm going where the climate suits my clothes. I'm going where the climate suits my clothes. I'm going where the climate suits my clothes.
They just keep having the same song, but like different people sing it. We've heard that, you know, like we're going down the road feeling bad. We've heard at least like 3 or 4 different people sing it. Let's not do that, please. All right. It's not. That is why they call it a rage game. Because one small mistake and you go right back down. All right. Okay. Try to better position ourselves, because it seems like if I have the wrong momentum going, well, that's not what you want. That's all terrible. Oh, we caught the hammerhead in the bottom there. Okay. There's just a lot of these that feels like they've almost intended where if you goof up just a little bit, that you end up slapping the hammer on the other side because of the way you had to spin the momentum. Didn't do enough. All right. All right, come on, let's try this again. And Prom's pulling the hammerhead back out of that narrow hallway. Okay, get ourselves repositioned. All right, come on.
No.
Okay, so at least back up here again. We can get back up this. So let's try and bring this back around. Nudge ourselves off here. So you can see the areas that like I haven't done in a little while because we've been up here fighting with this spot. So we got stuck down there for a bit longer than I wanted to. That's not what you want. You got wedged the wrong way on that. Okay, we can get ourselves back on the chair. Trying to just get either the camera or that little lip down there. I have to launch myself up to the couch. Come on. It's just so easy to not actually, like, swing the hammer, but to instead, like, just cut across, like, right above or below you. Oh, come on. It's so impossible to keep track of what you're doing or everything starts moving. Alright. Let's pop back over here. Just seems like sometimes the hammer won't move as much as I expected. Other times it'll just go snapping full speed the other way. And I'm sure there's a reason for it. And it's probably mostly I'm having problems keeping track. Come on.
No.
Alright, there we go. Then go back over here. Okay, and this is the part I've been stuck at. So I can go down here.
No.
Yeah, it's just, once you start that thing, you just kind of spring when you hit the other things. So even if you hook yourself, you just kind of bounce and then clear yourself off and keep going down because the whole thing's slanted. Alright. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Would you cooperate? Alright, there we go. Yeah, no, my patience high, like, by all means. There's some frustration here and all that. But more for me, I'm kind of looking at it
Chat's been relatively quiet compared to normal, and viewer count's pretty low. So I'm kind of sort of like, all right, was there even the interest in me playing this game? Which it's fine. It was something I came up with on my own. I didn't have people be like, we want you to see you play this. Like, I had once or twice people asked if I'd ever played it, but I was just trying to, like, pull up milestones for the hot potato. And just being like, that's a milestone that people have done. So like I said, we'll probably do a poll here in just a little bit about where we keep doing this or we do something else. Like, I'll give some ideas. Because if no one wants to see this, then why am I bothering? Plus, genuinely, my wrist is getting sore. Because you may not realize it, but all I'm doing this whole time is I'm going like this again and again, or like that. You know, or I'm doing the precise thing of like bringing this back. And so it's like sitting here just spinning my wrist again and again. So very genuinely, I'm worried about like my wrist starting to like properly hurt by the time this is done. Oh, come on. Streamer gym time, it's wrist day, but the problem is they're not good for you wrist motions. They're the kind of wrist motions that cause wrist problems, not help you get over them. Like, you want to do stuff like wrist glides and that if you're trying to prevent stuff like carpal tunnel. I kind of wish you could take that the little dot that tells you what direction your mouse is. I wish you could make it like, you know, black or something that really stood out compared to the background. Because you can tell when I lose track of it, I just start flailing. All right. Okay. All right, this is where we keep getting stuck. Trying to get up this ledge up to that spot above. Because this, as you can see, does not afford me much traction. I'm out of mouse pad entirely? Okay. That's the reason I stopped, is like, I have nowhere to go. That's the edge of my desk. I'm trying to see if there's like a sweet spot I can find where we just slowly bring ourselves up and then we flick ourselves the rest of the way.
All right. Okay, little by little. Please. I need to reset my mouse and the mouse pad. It's definitely one of those rage-inducing games you can't play. Yeah, so like I've said before, I'm not the type of person who rages at a game. I'll just kind of frustratingly sigh at them kind of thing. Not that I don't have my limits or anything like that, it's just I tend not to be the kind of person who'd like throw my keyboard or smash my mouse or something like that. I've never been one much to have a temper. Alright, we're fine. Nope, that's bad. Okay. You get tilted easily? Yeah, no, these are, if you're the type of person who gets, like, smash things, break things kind of mad, these games are not something you should play.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, no.
Alright. So I think we'll do, going into the next break, is it's had to do about halfway through stream. We're a little earlier than I normally go, but like I said, chat's been very quiet today, and the numbers are kind of down, so I am, like, looking going, what are we doing now? More Getting Over It. If people want to see that, more. RimWorld, Factorio, or Farming Simulator 25. We'll go ahead and put that up there. So I have the poll going, so if you do not see the poll, that's what we got going on over there. I'm not going to bother, like, pausing this time during the ad break because we've kind of seen me fall down a whole bunch of times anyway, so it's not that different. But yeah, so you'll want to go ahead and vote in the poll there. You just might need to refresh your browser if you do not see it and all that. And so you're not really the type of person usually. You're the type of person who will just scream and go hide and cry in bed. Unless it's about internet not working. Then I'll punch things. Mainly not working thing. Yeah. I don't think I've ever really got, like, I've never, like, punched a wall or something like that out of being angry. It's not that I've never been angry or anything like that, certainly. I grew up with brothers. It happened. But usually I'm more the kind of person, if I'm angry, I will try to remove myself from the situation at hand. So, like, if there's someone individually who's annoying me, I will just get away from them kind of thing. If there's a situation that, like, I'm involved in, like, in an area, I'll try and leave the area. That's not always an option, but you get the idea. But it's very rare I lose my temper. part of it's just being able to step back and understand, like, hey, this thing's designed to frustrate you. Does help. There's almost like a satisfaction in denying people who are just trying to piss you off the satisfaction, as it were. I really wish this would stop scrolling my screen so I could keep an eye on what we got going on here. All right. Okay. And people here have definitely seen me get frustrated more than once, but that's usually like when we're playing a particularly awful game that I'm like, this is really not fun kind of things. You know, honestly, with the game that's designed to frustrate you and make you start over and all that, it's just different. When you know that's like the design versus a game that's trying to be good and just really, really not doing well with that. Throwing candy. I feel in the big wide world of things, that's a pretty nothing burger as a showing of frustration. That being a good thing, like people not resorting to being pretty awful is certainly what you want. Okay, so I could really reach up here.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'd be really careful when I'm doing this. So that I don't do that. Alright, how's that poll going? Okay, so the poll is done, and it's more than twice as many votes for RimWorld over anything else, and that's with like a very, very low turnout vote, which isn't super surprising considering we're at about half the normal viewers I would be having around now, which is part of the reason I was like, okay, maybe this goes away. When you have that bad of a turnout, it's like, okay, this is definitely not landing with the audience and all that. As you're going to an ER doctor who saw... You're going to the ER doctor who you saw 2 days ago has the same thing? Yeah. Let's see, who'd you lose a bet with that you played this? I was playing this because, we did as, like, a thing for the RimWorld Hot Potato, but, like, the fact that there's been almost known as being like, yes, I'm looking forward to that, and then we've had, like, really bad turnout and very inactive chat. I'm just taking as, like, okay, I did this as, like, what I thought people would be excited to see, and it's clearly not the case. It happens. Sometimes you try stuff, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So with that, if you're over on the YouTube side, the stream will drop because I'm going to have to start another one. But that's it. Like, I don't think it's a bad game, but it is a rage game. It is literally designed to annoy you.